Friends, in this class I am going to explain you the finding of tensions, accelerations in connected bodies by pulleys, and I am going to tell you the shortcut methods and also how easy we can find a tension and acceleration in the case of fixed pulleys and movable pulleys here. First of all, I will tell you the traditional method where we can use Newton's laws by using FBD diagram to get the values of acceleration and tension. Then how that can be found by using the shortcuts also I will tell you. First one, this is called as a Yetwood machine. So a single pulley is there, which is a fixed one. This is mass M1 and this is mass M2. And in this case, what happens here? Let us consider M2 greater than M1. So this block goes up with acceleration A. This block goes up down by acceleration A. And the weight acts downward M2G. Here the weight acts downward M1G. The tension acts upward. Tension acts upward. By using the FBD diagram, FBD, we can write the equation for this one as so M1A equal to T minus M1G and M2A equal to M2G minus T. On solving, we are going to get A equal to M2 minus M1 of G by M1 plus M2, and by substituting this value in 1 or 2, we are going to get the tension as T equal to 2M1 M2G by M1 plus M2. So these are the traditional methods to find acceleration and tension with the help of FBD and Newton's second law. How these two can be found in a single step. So the shortcut and the trick I'm going to tell you. So the shortcut is here for acceleration A equal to net pulling force. Net pulling force by total mass. Here, this body is having more weight, it pulls down, but this is opposing. This weight is acting downward, which is opposing. So therefore, what is the net pulling force here? The net pulling force becomes here M2G minus M1G by total mass is M1 plus M2, which turns out to be M2 minus M1 of G by M1 plus M2. Means with in a single step we got this acceleration value. No need to go for these expressions. We know don't need to go for FBDs etc. Directly we get like this one. Similarly, how to get a tension directly? For tension, there is a one formula that I am going to tell you, and observe carefully here. This shortcut formula helps you a lot in order to find the tensions in multiple pulleys also. So tension T equal to, observe carefully, sigma of coefficient of T square of G divided by sigma coefficient of T whole square divided by mass. This is the formula you have to employ while calculating the tension directly. How to apply? Let us see in this case here. Already for this we got the tension value as T equal to 2M1 M2G by M1 plus M2 after solving the equations and etc etc. Now let us try to get this one. So T equal to sigma is there, means we have to make it sum. How many tensions are there? Two tensions are there. What is the coefficient of T1? What is the coefficient of T1? So therefore I am writing 1 into G plus 1 into G divided by, again, coefficient of T by M. So T coefficient is 1, mass is M1. So I can write 1 square by M1, and next one is 1 square by M2, and you are going to get numerator as 2G. In the denominator, it is M1 plus M2 divided by M1 M2, which goes to numerator, and we get 2M1 M2 G by M1 plus M2. You can see the same result we got. So how simple this formula is while calculating the tensions in connected bodies here. So this is a fixed problem. This is a simple one, Atwood machine. Let us apply this one for the next one also, whether we can succeed or not. Sure, we are going to succeed, but let us see how this can be used in other cases. So I'm drawing another one. So a block, mass M1, single pulley which is fixed, and passed over this one, and this is M2 here. Now tension T here. And here you have to keep in mind that the coefficient, that means while writing the formula, that means T equal to, we wrote like this, coefficient of T whole square G by sigma coefficient of T whole square, here not square, by M. This coefficient of T means you have to write the coefficient of T which is balanced by some weight. Suppose if it is not balanced by any weight, don't write that in the numerator. Same in the case this one, the weight acts downward, and here the weight acts downward, but it is balanced by normal reaction. It goes down with acceleration, it goes horizontal. Now, how to calculate this tension as well as acceleration? Acceleration is very simple because here only the black which is pulling is the weight M2G. No other force is there. Therefore, net pulling force is what here? M2G by total mass is M1 plus M2. So we got the acceleration in one step without free body diagram, without Newton's second law. And how to get the tension? See here, as I said, this coefficient of T means which coefficient of T we have to write here? The tension which is balanced by the weight only, but not any other. For example, you take here this tension is not balanced by any other. So don't take the coefficient of this one. So numerator we have only one. So sig 1 into G divided by, but here we have to take all the coefficients of T. So 1 by M1, so 1 square by M1, and here 1 square by M2. So we are going to get as 2, sorry, M1 M2G by M1 plus M2. So you can check your answer. This is going to be correct here. So in a single step, we got the tension formula as well as acceleration formula here. Okay. So let us apply this tension formula in the case of inclined planes. How this is going to be followed in the case of inclined plane. Now, see this one. This is a different one. Here, two inclined planes, double inclined plane is there. Let us consider this is going down with acceleration. This is coming up, and this is tension T. This is tension T. Then how to get this one? You know, here instead of the G, we have to take the component of the G. The component of G, that is what here acting downward is what here, the G sine theta here. So therefore, instead of taking G, we are going to take G sine theta in the shortcut formula of the T here. That means tension equal to, so here the pulling force is what here, M2G sine theta, and here this one becomes what here, M1G sine theta. So A equal to net pulling force means what we can write, M2G sine theta 2 minus M1G sine theta 1 divided by total mass M1 plus M2. And what about tension? So tension, as I told you, coefficient means here, we can write here. First of all, what is the coefficient of T? That is 1 into the component of the acceleration. What is this one? This is sine theta 2. So I can write G sine theta 2 plus 1 into its component is what here? G sine theta 1. So G sine theta 1 divided by coefficient of T is 1 square by M2 plus coefficient of 1 square by M1. So on simplification, the numerator we are going to get what here? Sine theta 1 plus sine theta 2 of G. Denominator we are going to get M1 plus M2 divided by M1 M2. It goes to numerator. We are going to get like this here. Sine theta 1 plus sine theta 2 of M1 M2G divided by M1 plus M2. So observe this one. It's a very simple technique. You can easily get the accelerations and tensions in these cases. No need to go for FBD. No need to go for Newton's second law equations. Directly you can get for any type of problems involving pulleys and connected bodies here. Now let us move on to movable pulleys. So in the case of movable pulleys, the problem is here the students face is generally how to find the acceleration of the pulley. In the case of movable pulleys, the problem is here how to find the acceleration of the pulley. So in the movable pulleys, you have to keep in mind that always the acceleration of movable pulley. For example, a pulley is like this. So it has two tensions here. It's a movable pulley. So what is its acceleration? This side acceleration A1, this side acceleration A2. Then acceleration of the pulley equal to A1 plus A2 by 2. And this use it this with signs. That means you must use the direction into consideration. Normally direction downward is taken with a negative, upward is taken as positive. Suppose if you have A1 value is equal to 1, which is downward, A2 is automatically goes upward, which can be taken as positive here. So this is the formula to be used to find the acceleration of a movable pulley. So let us apply our technique in order to find this acceleration of the pulley as well as the tension in the case of a movable one. See here, this is a simple problem. I am starting here. This is tension T, and this becomes what here? 2T. This is also becomes 2T here. And remember, because these two masses are more, naturally the system will go down here. Therefore, how to find the tension value here? So to find the tension here, so what I am thinking here, so this is going downward. This is going, the weight acts downward, M3G. Here it is acting as what here? M2G. Here it is acting as M1G here. Okay, so what I'm going to write here, so it's acceleration, that is this is going with acceleration a1 down, a3 downward, and this is going up with acceleration a2 here. We should get the relation between a2 and a3. Just now I told you acceleration of the pulley formula. So as I said, because this mass is more, the system is goes down with acceleration a down. That means acceleration of the pulley is downward. Okay, and this a2 is going up, a3 is coming down, so ap equal to, we can write as what here, a2 plus a3 by 2 here. Okay, suppose if you know ap value and a3 value, you can get a2, or if you get a know any two, you can get the third one. Then how to get the relation between these two here? So relation already we got here. If A3 is going down means A2 goes up here. So the values you can understand here. One goes up, one comes down here. Tension T equal to the formula. So tension T means here how to find the tension here. So how many tensions are there? Here 2T, T is there. So I can write first one, 2 is there, 2 into G plus, and here T1 into M2, that is 1 into G, and also 1 into G divided by, this is 2 square because coefficient is to 2 square by M1 plus 1 square by M2 and 1 square by M3. So numerator we are going to get what here? 2G, G becomes what here? 4G. And here the value is we are going to get as what here? M1, M2, M3. Okay, so M1, M2, M3. So what we are going to get here, this is going to be M2, M3, M1, M3 plus M1, M2, and here what is there here? 2 is there. So we are going to get 4 here. So 4 I'm going to write here. So this goes to numerator. So the answer becomes 4 M1 M2 M3G divided by 4 M1 M2 plus M1 M3 plus M1 M2. So this is the way of calculating the tension in this case here. So not only this one, we can also go for the other case here. That means how to find the acceleration. I told you how to find the acceleration. Also, I'm going to tell you a shortcut method. The shortcut method to find the accelerations is by using the tensions. I'm going to tell you here. The shortcut method for finding the acceleration is sigma t bar dot a bar equal to 0. So what is this one? That means a dot product of tension and acceleration. Not only this, you can even use a dot product of tension and velocity equal to 0, dot product of tension and displacement also equal to 0. So at present we are interested here. So I'm writing the same here. I would like to calculate between these two here. So while writing, the direction is compulsory because this is a dot product. You are going to get cos theta. So I'm writing first of all t into acceleration. I'm calling as a2. So t bar dot a2 bar t bar dot a3 bar equal to 0. So these two are in the same direction. Therefore, I'm going to get 2a2 cos 0. And here t is upward, but a3 is downward. So I can get what here? Ta3 cos 180. And you know cos 180 is minus 1. T gets cancelled out. So you are going to get a2 equal to minus a3. Means the acceleration, if m2 goes up, the m3 comes down here. So that is very important. So you are going to get the values like this here. Okay, so this is the way of finding the accelerations in shortcut method. Not only for accelerations, you can also find what here the velocities, because once you know these two values, in order to find the a values here, this means in order to find the ap or a here, you are going to use again Newton's second law by using the FBDs, so that you can get accelerations. Once you get acceleration, you can get a2 and a3, because how you can express a value in terms of a2 a3 also here. So you are going to get these values here, because relative acceleration comes into play. A2 is going up, A3 is coming down, but the system is coming down. So what is A1? The A1 and A2, that means what is actual acceleration? Relative acceleration also we can find by using these concepts here. Okay, so friends, I hope you understand the shortcuts very well. So try to apply these formulae in different situations, and don't forget to write your comments in the comment box. Thank you.